Here we go. I hope that intro is visible. Did that intro play? Did that intro play? Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I really want to try that. What's up, folks? Finally, we are doing the live session. We are doing it. We are doing it. And hopefully it works. Hopefully it works for all of you. Am I audible? Yep. Looks like, sounds like I'm audible. And everything works nice. So today we're going to look at all of that. And we're going to look at some hand-drawn style thing we were talking about. You might have seen that graphic from my Instagram story earlier. So welcome and say hi in the chat, whoever is in the chat. Let's say, sorry for the delay on the electricity issues. If you're part of the Telegram group, you would have heard the update that first it got cancelled, then it got rescheduled again. So trying out a new camera. So hello, hi. Hopefully this I don't look as small here as I used to look from the webcam. So yep, let's get started. What do we have for today? The first thing obviously I have for you is that very intro, and I did that with Procreate on this iPad. If you remember, we got Niteesh last time to come on board and talk, look at the various design styles we were talking about, and we decided that hand-drawn styles makes the most sense. So this is where I started with. I started with just just traced my photograph to make that basic illustration. It's nothing but basic pen work. And then Procreate allows you to add use layers as frames. So these are nothing but different layers that I've added, right? And I can, in traditional animation software, you will hear about this thing called onion skinning. So here we have onion skinning, and the moment I switch on onion skinning, you can see 4 frames in onion skinning. As I increase the opacity, you can see, right? There you go. That is what we are seeing here. And what it does is I have drawn each and every frame by hand as we go through. And then it does a blast, and then it becomes an idea and pop, right? And you continue to draw that and continue to draw that. And you play that, it looks like that's the intro, right? So if I play it very quickly, that's the intro. That's what we're playing. That's what we are playing through. And here we play it live. That is the intro you're looking at. Now the thing with this style is I really like this style. I think it really resonates. Oh, wait a second. I think it's not visible. Something is stuck on my stream. What could be the issue? All right. All right, back again. There was some issue with that. I don't know what keeps happening with my system, but some issue was there. I think it's the USB connection. I gotta change that USB connection. Oh, damn. Like one thing after the other. Anyway, this is what is playing. I hope you're able to see it now. Yep. Sorry. Sorry, Thomas. So what I'm going to show you is go through it again. So here is Procreate. And this is what the feature I was talking about, onion skinning. Onion skinning is nothing but like an onion skins are translucent and you can see behind them. So here we can see what frame comes before and after. So here, as I walk through, you can see the past frames. And as we walk through them fast enough, you can see the animation happen. And each frame is drawn individually. And it's rather easy to do for simple things because I just have to draw over and over again. And you can ask, Procreate to repeat some frames as well. And when I play it together, this is what it looks like. Right? This is what we were looking at. So I can slow some parts down, I can add music, but this is the basic concept I was looking at just to explore, can that happen with hand-drawn stuff, right? And there's a lot of motion design elements in there, especially with that pop element and what I'm trying to do there and how, let's talk about it. Like you will see under the King Siddharth username, there'll be a line that will come, which draws the attention. So by the time those words are rotating faster, you're able to see them. There's some of those elements that we can talk about. That's a vast subject area in itself, as like motion design is vast in itself. So, yep, there are many elements I can add. I thought about adding colors, but I'm not too sure. And I'll tell you why I'm not too sure because this is not the only exploration I did. If any of you have iPad or if you have any of you plan to get it, an Apple Pencil, let me know. Probably I can live stream this process as well. That is one of the things I wanted to ask you folks as well. Like, would you want me to live stream just randomly come? Because I just randomly plan. These are not planned, pre-planned. I can't schedule them. Someday I feel like just go, drawing it out. So one day I just sat down to do this one. So if you want to see, I can probably come. I've been planning to do those kind of lives more often, right? Just randomly come on, live on live stream and just walk through a random process. So, what other explorations did I do? Before we get there, let me know what do you folks think about this one so far. So far, I've gotten really good feedback. Most of you reached out on Instagram and said this looks cool. Let's go this with this one for. I love this one. Let's go. Let's go with this one for YouTube intro. But yeah, I'm gonna develop. This is just initial stages. So another thing that I explored from here onwards was for blog post. Remember the blog post we were talking about, the engineering and design hand of blog post. So I was thinking of illustrations, hand-drawn style. This is earlier thing I was exploring on collaboration, but then I was like, we were looking at hand-drawn style. So why not try some hand-drawn style for this kind of illustration? And I think this is where I posted this in the Telegram channel, if you remember. So this is around just hand-drawn stuff. Like I can take this and recreate it in Illustrator and animate it in After Effects as well, which is what I will show you today that I've done a little bit of. Just exploring different styles. So for example, under miscommunication, this is the hand-drawn illustration that I did. I want to know what you folks think. I think it's too quick. I can add a little bit pace to it, but I like the pacing of it as well, because this is the tiresome part about this hand-drawn style. It's very easy to do. I'm fairly good with drawing, at least better than what I'm at illustrating. So this is much easier for me to do. I like that hand sock puppet thing a lot. I don't know what you folks think about it. But yeah, this is just like somebody saying car and somebody understands like some moving thing. Somebody just understands wheels, right? And this is just a simple animation that can go over and over again for, blog post. Then there were simple other ideas that I was trying to play with. For example, this one. You start with a car, then you add more ideas, right? Again, like all of them need to be paced down a little bit, but these are just very initial concept exploration. So then what I thought was, now hand-drawn style takes a lot of time, right? For quick animations like YouTube intro, I created once and I use it a lot of time. That makes sense. But for something other that is not a YouTube intro, right? It may become very tiresome to like especially adding frames in this animation. That will be like very tiresome, even though like I'm repeating a lot of frames, as you can see below. It's tiring. So what I wanted to try was how well can I translate this into a little different, maybe use a different tool this time. And what I wanted to try was I took this idea where you're describing a product and then you break it down into system and then component of states and variants. We have spoken about this multiple times on the channel, and especially if you check out the tickets and Murari, the product cards design case study with Murari on the channel, you will figure out what I'm talking about here. So I just drew some elements here, and then I took it to Illustrator. So I'm quickly gonna open Illustrator, and this is the reason I had to upgrade my system as well, because couldn't do it earlier. Oh damn! For some reason my system is like right now really like hammered, the CPU. But I hope it'll work. All right, so I'm gonna quickly change my screen sharing to this. Wait, iPad was not visible again? Oh damn. Okay, I think I know what to do. Just give me a second, folks. All right, let's hope iPad becomes visible again. Come on, become visible. Come on. Be nice. Yep, I hope it's visible again. Let's go back to OBS. Yep, it is. So this is what I drew, the tiny elements, and then I took it to Illustrator. I hope you folks are y'all are able to see it right now. All right. I think I'm not frozen. I think both the iPad and iPhone were connected on the same USB hub, and it was drawing too much power, and probably that is why it got clipped out. So screen sharing. This is oh god, more prompts, more prompts, more prompts. Thanks, Apple. Appreciate it a lot. So this is what I did right now. I simply just like put these elements here, retraced my steps. For this one, I was using circles, so I had to add a little bit of imperfection to give it that hand-drawn style. As you can see, it's too straight and too this thing. Then I added these elements on individual layers. So and this product thing I was just checking out, then it goes to this, then this, and this, right? So I wanted to see if I could animate all of that in one go, right? So it goes and yep. So what I'm gonna do is open After Effects and show you what I was able to quickly throw together this afternoon, in fact. And before, while that's gonna take a little while to load, we're gonna take our chat. What does the chat say? If it's repeating, it can be fast. It's okay. Then will be embedded in the blog post. Yep, it will be embedded in the blog post. It depends on the pace of your story as well. That's true. I think I'll need to start putting it together. Do you want to install updates? Yeah. No, this one is just about Apple saying, "Hey," and an iPhone is connected. Hey, an iPad is connected. I'm like, I know, I connected the damn thing, but yeah, Apple and their this thing. So while After Effects is loaded, I just have to get to my file. I hope the file and this one is screaming. This one is screaming, folks. You can hear it scream. I'll have to pre-render it because if I render it right while we are doing this, it's gonna struggle. Yep. So, yep. I think you are right. I think I'm gonna try putting it in the blog post and then see how the pacing works, Thomas. That's very good advice. All right. What else do we have? Sale going on, bro. Sale on what? What is the sale on? What is the sale on? Sarvind, what is the sale on? I'm curious now. Now coming back to screen share. If you could hear my Mac fan screaming right now, so this is what I did. I separated all of those elements into layers. I don't think you can see below, so I'm just gonna resize my After Effects window. And this is it. As you can see my workflow here. I'm just gonna change that to fit. And there you go. So I just posted it on Dribble as well. If you check out my Dribble, yep. So this is what it did. This is another hand-drawn style. I've added like turbulent displacement, a little bit of roughening edges to give that hand-drawn feel. The biggest difference I saw in my hand-drawn illustration on iPad, the hand stays still. Here the hand is moving, so I may do that kind of adjustment. And plus, I'm not very happy with how IBM Plex comes out with that style. So I think or it may work, it's more legible than my handwriting for sure. So I'm not too sure about that, but definitely like this style is scalable by taking up basic shapes in Illustrator and animating them in After Effects. So yep, this is a very basic experiment I did. You can check it out on yep, Dribble, and let me know like right now I think is it running on the normal speed? Yep, it is running on the normal speed. So that is these are some of the explorations I did. So want to know from you folks, what are you thinking? These are my explorations so far. So for me, I think the first thing I realized what I took away from all of this is for sure hand-drawn style can work for me. I am not too sure about colors. I think it will give me freedom to add colors as and when. For example, let's take an example of I've not tried it so far. Why don't we take an example of color right here? So I'm gonna go to contents and wait a second. Yep, that's my rectangle. Go to my fill layer and let's check out if I wanted to use that the red I use for design on my channel. It's around there. If you can see, I don't know. I'll need something lighter for sure. Hey, I don't know, like if we added some color, how would that look like? It'll re-render. While it's re-rendering, folks, let's check out the chat. And what does the chat say? Seven says upgrade your Mac. I just switched. It works fine for me for now. What I really need is a rendering server, to be very honest. For this kind of things, it works. Like it doesn't stop me. It only because I'm rendering it at the full resolution right now. Is it a little, and plus I'm streaming and I'm recording, so that is when it's struggling a little bit. Otherwise, it works fine for me. Then Siddhartha says notification got worst starting Catalina. That's why I downgraded to Mojave. I know what you mean. They call it Vista-ness, but I also appreciate the privacy route they're taking. It's the iOS-ness, to be very honest. Thompson says, but your handwriting has personality. Keep it. Yes, Thompson, I think that is what I'm going to try in this one. Replace all of that and then see if it still works for sure. Hey, Akshay, no, you're not late. We started it very late today and we're going to have a very short live stream as well. And that was what I wanted to show you folks today, that it looks like, some of this is working. Of course, I'll have to do a lot of color exploration, which I've not done so far. Probably in the next live stream, I can show you some of that. And I think it has rendered, so we can see. There are some white elements in between, which I think I can get rid of right now by changing the multiplication of that layer. Um, Damn. Yeah, but you get the point. Like, that's the best part about like hand-drawn style. I can I can imagine like if I had a full one page in a solid color or section in solid color, I can still overlay, different kind of elements on different places. So yep, that is what our. I like that. I want to do that. I really like that for some reason. Okay, sorry. I will stop getting distracted and playing around, and we will come back to the topic. So that is what the exploration was. So yep, these are bunch of considerations. Now, next thing, what I want to do in my next exploration, I want to see how I can combine it on my website, because from video point of view, from content point of view, this looks nice. Now I want to see how I can combine it with paragraphs, how I can combine it with headlines, because I can imagine it. I will need to use it on Instagram swipe post where there can be like at times bullet points. I will need to use it on blog post, and like Thomas was saying, depends on how the rhythm works of the blog post itself. So I think those are going to be the next exploration. It makes sense that I get through these illustrations and add them and then publish the blog post. That's going to be the first experiment. Who knew that when we're writing that blog post that it will in the end help us in making experimenting with a brand. So yeah, that is the idea here. The saturation seems way too high on my camera. I think I'm going to adjust that next time. Right now, I don't want to mess around with that. Couple of ideas I wanted to ask you folks. First thing, would you want to watch random live streams when I'm doing these explorations? Right? For example, the iPad one that I was doing, when I was doing all these, I usually do them around the same time as we go live, right? So I can come live and, we can, and do this live with you folks. And the other thing I was going to ask you is, I'm also trying to explore the idea of there's been ton of content and I'm neck deep in work and I've not been able to find time to make edited clips, edited highlights. Been thinking of getting a video intern. I was talking to a bunch of friends about it. Some people referred a bunch of people's name as well. But what I realized that most of the editors, most of the people use have very generic approach because it's generic content, right? If you're doing it for general podcasts, etc. But if the video edit person was a designer, then that would be like another crazy thing. So since I keep talking to you folks about starting your own YouTube channel, if any of you are interested, what do you folks think? Like, do you think that would work? And do you think somebody would find it interesting to intern for a YouTube channel while you're a designer, also to make edits and stuff? So I'm still thinking of a reasonable stipend. I don't think I'll be able to make it a lot of money, so it'll have to be some part-time kind of thing. Especially if a designer is thinking of becoming a YouTuber, hit me up. Let's discuss. I have no clear ideas on how to approach that. Still thinking out loud, so I thought, who best to share than with you folks, because you folks always have the best ideas, the best things to share. Okay, what does the chat say? What does the chat say? Dhananjay says you can add wave wrap to some abstract shapes for background. Wave wrap. I will look. Dhananjay, I'll look up that effect. I'll look that up. Thank you for letting me know. I'm still slowly getting back to After Effects, so still getting warmed up to it. I still want that edgy, jaggery line feel, jagged line feel. So is wave wrap the right effect for that? Akshay says get an Elgato capture card for stream capture. I think that works great for gamers, etc. I'm not sure how that will work out for me. Yeah, but I'll look it up. How could that work out? Because right now, OBS, I plug in everything into Mac and OBS takes care of it from there. So if I was using DSLR or something, that would make sense, because then it would capture the DSLR output and then turn it to something usable by the computer. But I'm not sure if right now I will need a capture card. Right now I'm using this iPhone, which Apple detects by itself. That is why I love the Apple ecosystem. And there's a app that I'm using for that. Okay, I can help you create character which can interact live. Oh, you're talking about the Adobe Animate, that software. I want to explore that as well. I may get to that. I use character animator to live stream animated characters like what you are thinking of. Oh, yep. But my ideas are more of like comic style. But I know what you're talking about. I don't want characters to speak out loud, so that's not right now the idea. But yep, I've actually I'll hit you up. Let me and why don't you put up some tutorials on YouTube for that? Actually, would love to see more of you. And I know so many of you are watching. I see YouTube analytics tells me that you folks watch a lot of stuff from whiteboard.fm. You watch a lot of stuff from Saptarishi. So I really want to see most of you folks practicing that live streaming. Whatever you learn from Sapta, whatever you learn from me, whatever you learn for yourself, just live stream it. I want to see like how gamers and programmers have tons of YouTube channel just live streaming what they do. Uh, uh, I think designers need to do that as well, and that is what the upcoming vlogs are going to be about as well. I have to reshoot some of the vlogs. They have not come out as well as I thought on the editing table, so I'm reshooting some of the parts. And Shubham says, would love to see this live. Yep. Planning to, as long as I get time. Last 2 weeks have been crazy busy. I will try to get that on. Akshay says use widget expressions, wiggle expression. Yep, wiggle expression can work if I wanted the line to wiggle. Here I can probably here I did not find much use of wiggle. I use wiggle a lot. I use wiggle a lot for sure. Actually, like especially for making tiny anticipatory moves and all of that. Wiggle is very useful. From wiggle is like one of the favorite things for people in After Effects to use. DM you on that Elgato topic. Makes sense. Thank you, Akshay. That says yes, Akshay. I need the tutorial, please. See, people need that tutorial, Akshay. We need more YouTubers teaching stuff to each other. I need to learn stuff from you folks. So please come live and teach us stuff. Right now, I'm having too many clients' jobs. Once I'm finished them, I intend to start YouTube channel for all the stuff I do. Awesome, Akshay. Really looking forward. I am on Event Studios on YouTube, FYI. No promo. I am on Event Studios on YouTube. What does that mean? What is Event Studios? Is that the name of your channel? If that's the name of your channel, please plug that into our Telegram group so more of you folks can follow through. So yep, that was all for today. That was a short live stream. I planned a very short, quick live stream. That is why I was hating on Bestcom when they ditched us so royally. Once again, thank you for joining in. And in the bunch of updates coming week, I will be doing first Hindi live stream. So again, looking for support from all of you. Please join in. We'll be talking about starting of design. Yes, so that's Akshay's studio channel name. The studio channel name is Event Studios. So Akshay, hit us up in the Telegram group. And yeah, folks, and then we're gonna do a portfolio review, and then I've been planning a tons of interactive sessions. The one live on Instagram with Hardik was very, very successful, very popular. I got tons of DM that do more of those. So planning to change a little bit of tracks on Industry Roundtable and interview series. I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been looking at analytics. I've been talking to some people. There are some ideas that I want to explore there. Look at more guests who might be happy exploring things live. So yep, all of your ideas, let me know hit me up on Telegram group. What do you think? All of you who applied for mock interviews, so sorry for the delay. We're gonna get back this week. I'll be scheduling things with you. Are designers better entrepreneurs? Yash Bhardwaj asks. Designers can be better entrepreneurs because they can be. I'm not saying they are by default, but because designers can understand human behavior well, that can give them an advantage over other entrepreneurs that may not exist for other entrepreneurs. So with that, I hope that answered your question, Yash. And with that, we come to an end. Don't forget to give it a like and a thumbs up, and don't forget to join in next time. Thank you so much for joining in for this short and quick and sweet live stream. I'll see you this Wednesday, and thank you for joining in.